Alright, welcome back to another vlog. Since I have moved into the caravan park, I currently have 2 bikes with me, but if you've been watching the vlogs for a while, you know that I have upwards of probably 6 to 8 bikes. So with me at the caravan park, I currently have the Scott Foil GT40 build, and I've also got my giant. So with me at the moment, I've only got 2 bikes. I've got the Scott Foil GT40 we built last year, the Giant Trinity World War II TT bike. But if you know the channel, you obviously know I've got the Cannondale, we've got a Chapter 2, I've got my old retro bike that we still haven't built up, we've got the Trifox that we're building up for Stacey, and I think we also have an Avanti DR and an Avanti SL. We've got quite a few bikes basically. And basically, being a cycling YouTuber, I want to have all my bikes together, so whenever I want to make a piece of content on that bike, it should just be in one spot. I can go grab it, make the piece of content, and just make it easy for myself. Because at the moment, I've got 2 bikes here. I've got a wheel set and a bike at my mum's house. I've got 2 frames and a bike at my granddad's house. I've got 2 bikes and another frame at Maddie's house. So like, they're literally spread within like a 200-kilometer radius of me, which is not great when you're trying to work on bikes and make content on them. So the other day, I finally thought enough is enough. I want all my bikes together in one spot. So I have rented out a storage unit, like a garage down the road. I'm gonna be able to put all my bikes in there, do all my videos in there. I'm gonna put all my mechanicking gear, so I should be able to build some bikes in that shed as well. So I know this is only a little step to get my bikes in one spot, but I've got big plans in the future. So basically, my vision in my head for CyclingTom in the future is, obviously I'm not going to live in a caravan for the rest of my life. For the next year, I want to grind and save as much money as possible, and I want to buy a piece of land. I want to buy at least 4 acres, 4 acres to 4 hectares, a nice piece of land that I can actually use. And then from there, I want to build what I'm going to call the CyclingTom headquarters. Basically, I want an absolutely ginormous 6-bay black corrugated iron shed, like absolutely massive. I want to be able to do all of my cycling content in there. I want to be able to have upwards of 20 road bikes and a few mountain bikes and just some cool stuff in there. So yeah, that's basically why I'm living so frugally at the moment. I'm just trying to save and save and save, buy the land, build that massive shed, and then I'm going to be able to absolutely pump out content and have like an awesome place to like all my cycling mates to come. We can hang out there, build bikes, ride bikes, and just do what every young kid wants to do. But for now, I'm going to take these bikes, I'm going to pack them up on the back of the ute, we're going to take them down to the new lockup, the storage, and we're going to start organising all of it and getting it all ready for videos. Alright, so basically this is the new Casa CyclingTom. I'm not sure about what's going on the walls. They haven't been painted, but obviously it's not mine, I'm just renting it, so not much I can do about that. So yeah, it is actually a fairly big size. I think it's 3 meters by 5 meters, so fairly decent size. I'm definitely going to be able to get all my bikes and stuff in here. I'm thinking of putting maybe all of the bikes down like one end here, and then maybe having my bikes down in this corner, and then my toolkit down there, like that big bench toolkit I've got, maybe put that there. Have all the bikes kind of lined up there. But yeah, it's a fairly decent size, and I think I'll be able to get most of my bikes, if not all of my bikes in here, and just have them all in one spot, which is going to be awesome. And as a bonus, because we're heading into winter, it also has a light, so it's got a light switch and power, so I can obviously like use this to like charge my DA2. I'll probably put like a multi-box down there and have like a DA2 charger set up, and then be able to charge on my Wahoo and all that type of stuff. But yeah, that's basically the new shed. So we're going to unload the bike, TT bike, and the Scott Foil out, put them in there, and then we'll have to go and retrieve the rest of my gear, which is everywhere. Alright, so that's basically all I've got for the first run. I got TT bike, Scott Foil, I've got a pump, I got the 3 saddles that Shimano New Zealand have sent me. Definitely need to review those in the next few weeks. But yeah, that's basically everything for round 1. So we'll lock that away for now, and we'll go and get the rest of the gear. Alright, we have made it back to the old CyclingTom shed. Obviously I have not been here in a while, but basically this is what's left. And while I was living there, this was like completely just CyclingTom shed. And as you can see, because I have moved out, Granted has slowly taken the shed over, and some of this furniture they've given to me for my first house when I get it, so I'm going to put that in storage as well. But I'm going to move that aside and grab some of the bikes. Alright, so looking at what we've got left in the shed, so obviously we've got the whole toolbox full of tools. We've got my bike stand for obviously cleaning and building bikes. We've got the Chapter 2 frame, a few helmets. Stacey, my girlfriend, her old Scott bike that she's probably not going to use, but we'll still take that. And then my Marcello retro bike that I still want to build up. I have had this bike for 5 years. I really need to just get off my ass and actually build this bike. So let me know in the comments if you want me to build this bike in 2021. I really think we need to get that bike built because I think it'll be absolutely sick, especially as like a winter training bike as well. But yeah, the first thing to take, obviously we're going to try and get this toolbox, and I brought a trailer. We're going to try and get the toolbox on the back of that trailer. Alright, and just like that, I have the toolbox on the back of the trailer. I'm probably going to put a strop around it so that the drawers don't open, and then strap over it as well. Alright, so basically everything in the bike shed has been cleared out. Probably going to be one of the last videos you'll ever see in this shed, so say goodbye for now. But yeah, we're basically all set up for the new shed. We've got the bike, we've got the tool rack, we've got a few shelves so we can like display some of the nice helmets I've got. I've also got the bike stand, I've got a roof rack for when I eventually get roof racks on my ute. I've got a few deck chairs, the frame, and then the rest of the stuff is obviously in the back of the ute. And yeah, the back of the ute is basically chock-a-blocker. Alright, we have made it back to the new shed or garage or whatever you want to call it. Somehow everything on the trailer is actually still in one piece. So yeah, we'll probably start with moving the furniture in and then slowly rearrange it and just work out what's going to work best for the space. Alright, so basically this is the setup I'm thinking for the moment. I'll put like my pump and my bike stand down there, be able to work on the bikes there, and then I think I'll put the bikes down this wall here, or maybe some bikes down that bit of the wall there as well. Alright, so I've spent like the last, I don't know, 40 odd minutes like setting up the shed. So this is basically the setup I have at the moment. So as you walk in, I've got the Marcello, my retro frame, I've got my Dura C75 wheel set, and then I've got this drawers. I kind of haven't worked out where I'm going to put that painting, and I don't know where I'm going to put the jersey. I've got the Chapter 2 frame, and then I've got this big like dresser, and on the dresser I'll put all my cycling shoes down there when I get them all. I've just got a few bits and bobs on here, some saddles, some stems, some pedals and stuff. And then on the top I've got my helmets. I've got 2 TT helmets, my casque. This is my like favorite TT helmet. If you haven't seen that I had this. If you haven't seen this before, this is one of the limited edition non-visor S-Works McLaren TT helmets. It's super sick. I haven't worn this in a long time, but I love it. I don't think I'll ever sell it. And then yeah, I got my bicycle out that my sister made me, and then coming around to the other side, we have the toolbox. I've got my pump, I've got my bike stand, and then obviously my seats and my Shimano stuff. These are just completely full of tools. And then down the right hand side is where I've got all my like actual rideable bikes at the moment. So I've got the TT bike with a disc on it. I've got the Scott Foil GT40, and then I've got Stacey's bike just to kind of make it look a bit better. But once all the bikes are in here, that one's going to end up on this side. But yeah, that is basically the new bike shed. Stacey's coming down later this afternoon with my Cannondale and both of the Avantis. So it's really going to get stacked up in here. Cool. Alright, I'm back. We now have the Cannondale and both of the Avanti frames, so we're going to fill it up. I also brought down my POC TT helmet and my POC Road helmet just to kind of fill up the space and get a good general idea of what this area is for. Alright, we have the Cannondale back in business. Alright, so there we have it. We almost have every single bit of my bike gear in the shed now. We've got the Cannondale, the Scott, the Giant, we've got the Chapter 2, the other Scott, 2 Avanti frames, and the Marcello frame. Basically, the only bike that we don't have here is obviously Stacey's Marcello, which Maddie is in the midst of trying to find, I think, a headset and a bottom bracket for. But once that's built, then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll have 5 built bikes, and then 1, 2, 3, another 3 frames on the go. But yeah, I'm super happy to get this area all together and just kind of get all my bikes in one spot. Like, it's an absolute nightmare just trying to like organize all my bikes. Like when I want to make a piece of content with the Cannondale and it's up in Paia Tour, or the Scott and that's with me, or the Giant and that's up at Nana Granids, and like it just becomes a nightmare and then I don't end up making videos. So my theory behind this is that if everything's together, hopefully I'll actually start making some videos. But yeah, before I sign off this video, I have one more question. I want to do another custom paint job, but I just don't know what bike to do it on. Obviously I've done 2 custom paint jobs now. I've done the World War II Giant Trinity TT bike, which is awesome, looks absolutely sick, like the World War II bomber. And obviously most famously on my YouTube channel we did the Scott Foil GT40 build, like the Golf Edition race car, which I have right here. Do we keep the Cannondale original? I do personally think this paint job is pretty boring and we could do with spicing it up and like really making a cool fleet of bikes. So we could custom paint this, or we could do this Chapter 2. All I need is to buy a new seat post and like seat post bolt for it, but other than that it's pretty much ready to go. We could strip this down and custom paint this something absolutely wicked. So let me know in the comments below, do we want to do the Chapter 2 or the Cannondale?